This is the LGBTQ flag that was updated by the city of Philadelphia in 2017. It includes all the colors of the initial LGBTQ rainbow flag, but with the addition of a black and brown stripe at the top, which more inherently includes the people of color within the LGBTQ community, whose lives are more marginalized. So now, altogether, the colors represent diversity, inclusivity, life, healing, sunlight, nature, harmony, and spirit. This is the queer flag. It represents everyone who's not straight and or not cis, because queer is an umbrella term for anybody within the LGBTQ community. The blue and pink stripes at the top and bottom represent same-gender attraction, the orange and green stripes represent non-binary people, and the white stripe in the middle and black stripes in the top and bottom represent asexual and aromantic people, as well as agender people. This is the Asexual Flag. It represents everyone who doesn't experience sexual attraction or who does so in a limited way, because asexuality is a spectrum and not everybody has the same experience. The black stripe stands for asexuality. The gray stripe stands for gray asexuality and demisexuality, which are two sub-identities on the asexual spectrum. The white stripe stands for non-asexual partners and allies, and the purple stripe at the bottom stands for community. This is the gray aromantic flag. It represents everyone who experiences limited romantic attraction or who only does so in specific circumstances. Gray aromantic is on the aromantic spectrum and is sometimes shortened to gray romantic. The green stripe represents aromantic experiences. The gray stripe represents the gray areas between aromanticism and alloromanticism. And the white stripe represents alloromantic experiences. This is the Genderqueer Flag. It represents everyone whose gender identity is not specifically male or female. Genderqueer can be an umbrella term similar to non-binary, but like non-binary, it can also be used as a specific gender identity. The purple stripe represents queerness and androgyny, since purple is a mixture of the typical gendered colors blue and pink. The white stripe represents agender or gender-neutral identities, and the green stripe represents identities off of the traditional gender spectrum, since green is the inverse of the lavender stripe on top. This is the Genderflux Flag. It represents everyone whose gender changes in intensity. While it's similar to gender fluid in that your experience of gender can shift and change, genderflux people typically experience a shift in the intensity of their gender rather than a shift in their gender itself. The dark pink stripe represents women, the light pink stripe represents demigirls, the gray stripe represents agender people, the light blue stripe stands for demiboys, the dark blue stripe stands for men, and the yellow stripe at the very bottom stands for non-binary genders. This is the Polysexual Flag. It represents everyone who's attracted to more than two genders, but not necessarily all of them. Polysexual people might have a preference for gender or experience attraction differently for different genders. Every experience is unique. The pink stripe stands for attraction to women, the green stripe stands for attraction to non-binary genders, and the blue stripe stands for attraction to men. This is the Trixic Flag. Trixic is a sexual orientation that describes non-binary people attracted to women, although they might also be attracted to other genders as well. And not everyone who falls into that category will like the word Trixic, and that's totally fine. The purple stripes at the top and the yellow stripes at the bottom represent being non-binary, and the pink stripe in the middle represents being attracted to women. This is the Toric Flag. It represents all non-binary people who are attracted to men, though not necessarily exclusively. But not every non-binary person who's attracted to men will like the word Toric, and that is completely valid. The purple and green stripes at the top and bottom represent being non-binary, and the blue stripe in the middle represents being attracted to men.